flip or would you do rentals if you had to decide between the two?
Well, that's a matter of philosophy, right?
Right.
Well, ideally, I've worked with both. What I love about real estate is you can make it whatever you want it, right? I find a lot more value in the buy and hold. Whether uh, you take your flips and fund your buy and holds, or you just go into buy and holds. I know buy and holds, they take a little bit more upfront. A real estate investor who's a flipper might take out money at 9% for 3 to 6 months, but you're looking at a long-term, investment when you're looking at buy and hold. So that's a lot more work and a lot more, some might say, risk. But
Yeah.
that's where I would go for sure.
Yeah, it makes sense. So obviously no one has a crystal ball, but say you did, where do you see like housing prices going for the next, like, let's say 6 to 12 months in the Metro Detroit area?
Well, 6 to 12. Okay, so 12 months is hard to gauge. I think they'll stay steady for the next 6 months. This is a big year with the election coming up, and as I said before, we're an ecosystem. They predict a second wave happening, and whether or not we can sustain through a second wave and through, being under quarantine possibly again, people might not have as much confidence then. It's really, like you said, it's hard to predict, and no one has a crystal ball. I do think that for the next 6 months, there will be steady, strong housing prices. For years, we've had a pent-up demand of buyers where, one of my latest listings, we had 17 offers within 48 hours on this house.
Wow.
Including cash, so there's still, and we had 70 showings on that property. So there's still, roughly 69 buyers out there looking for that property, so I still see it withstanding the next 6 months.
Gotcha. Okay, what about like things going on in the industry in real estate? Is there anything that's like new, exciting, fun, like technologies or just trends or anything that you see?
Yeah, well, I mean, when COVID happened, everyone had to kind of restructure things a little, and you got to kind of pivot, right? And you change, and I really am enjoying the virtual aspect of things and the technology that came along with it, the Zoom meetings, right? My online education was phenomenal during that time. It was great because I was able to just really hone down and dedicate my time to just, learning. So I love the aspect of, the virtual tours and the ability to just, I know now that I can still do my job with or without being able to leave my house, So I do love that. And I think that that's something that'll stay around throughout. I think it's kind of changed the way we see things and changed the way we can potentially do business in the future,
So did